Hey guys, this is Kirob speaking, and today we are back in automation with the Rilma update and the Turboger Autowerke. And we are just in a beautifully complex setup, getting our first additional model to the market. And currently, our lowest priced model is selling for above 30k. So, really prestigious it seems like, and our company prestige and reputation are still looking fine. Let's see if that continues and if we made any catastrophic errors, because that was a lot of loans that we took out. We have also just finished making a facelift for the Karlstadt, basically just an engineering facelift to get better stats for the production, as well as, of course, the reliability. Sales are looking a little dire at the moment because we have way too many pre-orders and way too little production. We shall see if that normalizes very soon as they hire in the staff required. And then we have that little problem coming up. That is the shutdown of the Feinbrunn for the Feinbrunn. And that means that our medium factory, you see this little gap here? That's when we need to put the new facelift that we are engineering here into a medium 1 factory. It's always good to double check because it was not signed off. But yes, this is the Karlstadt. We don't need any loan for it, and we are going to sign it off right here. So we basically treated this one as if it is a prototype, but it's a prototype that we are going to put into production. So let's take a little and see if these fill up as well. I highly doubt it. These numbers are looking scary. And mainly the culprits are those two. Because these two are on the tiny 3. These two are on the small 3. So should have just put in one model in there, or one trim rather. So there's no real way around this apart from upping those prices. And I've upped those exact 2 trims. So that was a mistake in the setup. Should only have put in the sport coupe in there and have the small 3 produce the others. But so it goes. Let's tick a month now. Things are looking good. So far things are looking good. These are coming down a little. Engine supply limitations. But yeah, it takes a while for the Zeilvis to get online, to hire in all the staff. And the Greifingen factory is only running at 70% capacity at the moment. The return deposits are normalizing. The Greifingen small factory has run out of production to do, and our other factory is struggling hard. But it's also getting down there, so that's good. But that means that we can lower prices again for our premium and convertible. Okay, let's see how it goes. That should kick up the demand. But they are also supposed to overproduce so that we do have enough when we need it. Alright, pivotal moment coming up, and that's the engineering finish of the Karlstadt. We do not have to pay any taxes. Nope. And finances are still looking fine. And there we go. Okay. Engineering complete. And more importantly, factory complete. So, now, let's create a new configuration. We select the car project, and that is the Karlstadt. Ooh, and that is looking great. Tooling time of just 2 months. Yeah, okay, this is going to change, but it's going to change as we apply our usual settings. But this one has everything in it already. Maintenance, staff, facilities, and all that good stuff. So, oof, well, that's looking rough for the factory. But, we are going to up this one and this one, of course. And then for the automation level, I mean 20 million. I guess that's fine. As you can see, the issue is going to be the engine factory and its capacity. If we run 1 shift on the medium 1, we require the engine factory to run only for us at 2.5 shifts. Right. With these, we have to be a bit more careful. A medium factory has so much staff that compared to the size of Helvetia and the available workers pool at this quality, staff hiring is going to take a while. So we want to narrow this as much as possible. Build quality out of the gate is looking fantastic though. So it turns out we definitely can fit it into the little gap that we had before the other factory has to shut down. We even have a little bit more production of the other cars if we want to. Also a bonus, but these just go straight into production in 3 months. So they appear on the table, and that's it. We have not set any deposits yet because they're not linked to any project directly. I think they just take the ones from the previous generation. So we sign it off without a loan, 3 months, 19 million. We have that in the bank, and get it going. All right, Karlstadt there. It's going to start to produce. The other ones we have to manually shut down then. Oh, not necessarily, actually. We can shut it down as soon as we have enough staff in the new factory to actually produce something. And you see, we did have like another 2 or 3 months there. Let's see, this is starting in 8 and this one finishes in 6. So another 2 months of gap in between that we didn't have to use. I have an idea. There's one thing that we could do with the Tannenstein Tiny, because that one is going to go out of business, right? But it doesn't have to. What it could do is take the one trim that is the Karlstadt with the Adelberg engine and produce just that. But wait a sec, do we even have that? No, is the answer, of course. Okay. We have to make that in a new facelift of the Karlstadt. Okay, let's see how expensive that is to just add a new facelift here. Using the same body, that's quite important because we've already engineered that body. And I think it's fair to call this a supercar. Super unlocks in 1980, but that is in the wrong countries. Supercars are already available in Gazmir. They have just unlocked, I believe. And in Florinia, they're kind of old by now. So we choose an existing engine, and it is going to be the Adelberg GTP 4-liter Mark II. Oh, unfortunately, it's 4-liter. Maybe in the next facelift of it, we are going to make a 3-liter version so that Florinia actually can afford it, even when you're a billionaire. Yeah, okay. We need to speed up a little bit here. This is not enough. Whoa! Okay, this thing is fast. Wider tires definitely required. Another +1 in tire tech, yes please. Brakes need updating because the engine up front is way heavier. Oh, and the sportiness fade is nasty, so bigger brakes. And some more pad type, please. Reduce the brake force, get it back down to something more reasonable. There we go. And now I think I do need some brake airflow as well. This is just 4 months worth of engineering time in that tab. And now we're gone. And woohoo, yes. We see some proper sportiness values now. Maybe a little bit more aerodynamics for this one. 273.6. Oh, this is a +2. No. Definitely don't want a +2 for this one. That's great that the normal coupe has a +2, so there's more of a differentiation between those two. And that is going to be fantastic because we get more comfort, we get more prestige and safety and everything. Lighter weight. And this one needs lighter weight because this engine is not... it's not made of air, or helium. It's not lifting the car by any means. This is almost looking spot on. Let's change it to more rear in terms of weight distribution. But that's a lot of engineering time, so maybe not. We should have thought about that earlier then. So, anything else here? Yeah, we need to stiffen it up, especially in the front, because there's more weight on it. And then we should be good here. Yep. Can't do much better than this, so I'm happy. And the stats are looking fantastic. Oh yeah, some test track action. How quick is this one around the test track? Full throttle down the mountain. There we go. I hope your brakes are working. And come on, full throttle to the line. There we go. There we go. It's a 2:14 from a standing start. And let's see what it does on the drag strip. can't go full throttle there in first. There, in second and third, yeah, that's fine. Full throttle there. 955, 137 on the 8th mile, and then quarter mile, 173, 14.15. The desirability doesn't look too shabby. Yeah, okay. This is not bad at all. I think I can lower the aerodynamics quality a little on the coupe, as I've increased it only on that one, I believe, and sacrifice a tiny bit of prestige on that car to get this down even more, and then we're basically good. So what we learn from this, or what you should learn from this, is that yes, you can add new trims to a facelift as long as they are the same body that you have used already. If you are going to engineer one that you have not used, then there will be a significantly longer engineering time on the body and fixture part up here. Now, let's check out the engineering again. Aerodynamics just a little bit there. Nice, okay. Has normalized. And now, we are at good slider values already. And you see here, the Adelberg is going to be done in 10 months' time. I just want to double check that by returning to the hub. So the Feinbrunn is getting done there. And then we have the Adelberg there, and that is exactly on January 1971. Okay, perfect. So we can increase the slider some more, if we wanted to. Just add a little bit of process here, shave off a few dollars of the material costs, and then add a little extra reliability here and there. And what more do we want? Yes, a little bit more Adelberg demand. That sounds good. Also, it's stealing a little demand away from the Teberberg, which is also nice, because that factory is running damn hot. Nice. Yeah, it's very red. Yes, I can see that. They are going to pay 19 times the taxes for that one. That hurts a little. But with the next facelift, I'm going to make a version that is probably for the Supercar. That's a super high revving one. And that one is going to be 3 liters. A 3 liter V12. Okay, so what is this going to cost? So none of these are being produced. Is that correct? Wait a sec. Yes, that is correct. Because we manually need to put the factories to produce these. Because they are currently being put in the factory. Huh. But if we're not changing... no, this makes sense. Okay. The Tannenstein Tiny can already be prepped for the switchover to produce just that Adelberg trim. And it can do so pretty efficiently. Supposedly the loads for engine production versus car production are now perfectly matching. I think we should aim for a kind of in-between the two segments price for this one, as it is the pleb version of the car, but the prestige version of the engine. So why not somewhere in between? 37k, roughly? Yeah. That means that the Tannenstein Tiny can produce the 2 trims it currently has in production until the very, very last minute here, before it needs to switch over to the Supercar. So we get 4 warnings. That is now correct. We ignore those. And we are ready to sign this off without a loan. Yep, seems about right. Sign it off. That also means that we are not getting rid of these additional logistics points. I was originally planning to sell that Tannenstein Tiny, which would have freed up 6 points. But if we now are using it for our kind of special production supercar, that means we do need to consider to upgrade to company level 5. Now we have everything signed off. We are ready to get to 1971, or so I hope. And then on the way, what do we need to do? Right. Here, at this line, we need to stop the pre-orders of these two, because they are being produced in that factory that they are stealing. Oh, that is costing a lot. That's costing a lot. Like, a lot. But now we go into production. Okay. We survived this. So, now this one is producing. And we should be seeing now that until we hit this, we should see pretty big profits. Yes. Yes. Nice. Now we can shut down these two, because the factory, the Greifingen, is going to be shut down anyway, or we just extend these, because they are still going to be sold, right? Like, eventually, at least. So we tick one there, we're making good profits, and now we need to shut down this production. Yes, they have shut down automatically, they are no longer being produced. But now, this Tannenstein Tiny thing here, that should be going to there. Produce as much stock as possible. The Feinbrunn is going into tooling. So much going on. Okay, there. Sylvies is complaining about too few engines. Yes, they are delivering. They are delivering. It is working. The setup works. We can't really get to more pre-orders here because we are saturated. That's as much as these buyers take. Alright? Especially with this economy that's currently pretty bad again. Karlstadt is now in production, and it's understaffed, as to be expected. How bad is it? Karlstadt is... No, it's fine. It's fine. It just takes a while. Let's up the core staff to 1. And forward this, and... still going well. Wow. 8 million there. And now the little one shuts down as well. Still got stock. Nice. I think this transition worked pretty well. It's hard to tell, really. Our company valuation is in the dump. But we do have cash. And we're making money. And now it is supposed to be all done. Okay. Salvi's medium is overstaffed though. Why is it... The engine factory. Is it really? Why is it overstaffed? We should be using all kinds of engines here. Ah, that would be why. Prices are all over the place in this one, because the production mechanics and stuff, they were all over the place too. So it was pretty much impossible for it to set proper prices. But now we should be able to. Let's see what happens. Yeah, now we have good data on everything, so we can actually set proper prices. But one thing that we wanted to do is now to retool this one real quick for the latest facelift. So this just a quick refresh here, and we are going to have item selection. Oh, deselect all. Select those, but not the super. And that should be it. 1 month? Perfect. 4 million? Yes, I take it. No loan. Wow, I think we're good here. Sign it off. That means we have another facelift sitting on this one now. It's getting out of hand. Okay, let's see if that works. I think it does. Why is this one so damn expensive, you ask? Because we haven't set the prices. Oh, no, well, there's no engine production for it yet. So, on the next month, we can set proper prices. And there we go, 11 million. Woohoo, nice. What's going on here, though? Why is the Super not producing? Or is it? No. We have plenty of pre-orders. Oh, because it's completely shut off from engine production. Because these are not high enough. Okay, well, that's a good problem to have. Sorry about that, guys. There we go. Waitlist is going to reduce pretty rapidly as we up the volume of production. This one makes the least amount of profit, the Super. It's all good, but it's just not as profitable as the others, so it gets served the engines latest. We go here. Whoop. Okay. Did we have deliveries? Oh, yes. Oh, okay, this is going to take a few months here to stabilize and for me to set the proper prices now that we know what things cost to produce. But that is all looking good. We have killed the pre-orders and they are highly, highly desirable. And I'm just going to set the prices according to this. And then we do need to make another facelift where everything comes together and settles down. Oh, with a new Teberberg as well, just quickly re-engineered one so that everything is on the latest version. The Adelbergs too. Alright, this should see demand spiking up now, a little. Okay, I didn't see that, but yeah, no, it did. It did. It did massively. Like, boom. Look at this. Yeah, it was the pricing that was fucked. A quick check-in with the pricing on these as well. Ah, they have their proper prices. Nice. And I think we can lower those a little. 30 and 50%. The Tannenstein Tiny just wants to produce more. It's it's crazy. That one trim, the one supercar, is so in demand. I can barely catch up with production. So let's up it to 2 shifts. And also, let's consolidate everything now with a simple facelift that gets us to 1972 for everything. And before I forget, let's upgrade the HQ because, I mean, we are making money. Lots of it. Even though we have quite juicy loan repayments to make. That is level 5. Upgrade to level 5. No loan. That is going to take 20 million. That's fine. There we go. Alright, first step, consolidate the Feinbrunns. Easy. New facelift. Oh, wait a sec. There is another thing that we could take a look at and should take a look at. Because leaded fuel ban is coming up, right? That's something that we should not forget. It is still a few years away, so that's definitely another facelift. It's one later facelift. Let's not worry about it, because we do not want to change over too early due to fuel availability. The unleaded fuels are not going to be available quite this early, ahead of time of the ban. So, let's wait. And let's see if we can make a 3-liter version of an engine here, and see just how much extra engineering time that will be. This is going to be our supercar engine for the Foranian market. And before I even change anything about it, let's head back and see how that affects engineering time. It's not bad at all, so yes, we can do that. How is this going to work at 3 liters? Of course, way less stroke is what we're going for. This is supposed to breathe up there. A square engine setup would work. Oh, and I do see that the internals are liking to rev. 9,200 there. And 9,200 for the crank then. Okay, yeah, let's go for 9,000 RPM. Maybe not quite 9,000 because the supercharger is kicking up like crazy out there. Seems like the valves are getting super inefficient or something else is happening. Oh no, I know what's happening. I know very well what's happening. Oh shit. It's the exhaust reactor that's happening. Oh, and the compact cast, like it's absolutely dying up there. Let's see if it goes away if we were to use these. Yeah, you see, it's just perfectly fine if you do that. Even the cast low and the mid low are way better. And if you switch over to these, you see how it goes down. But of course we don't want to change too much here. Yeah, I really need to cut off that top end, which is just awful. Can't cut off too much either. This is looking better though. Okay, that's quite the setup. 3 liters, 270 horsepower almost. And revving to 8.5. And yes, engineering is not an issue. We can increase the slider value slightly and end up at the correct time. And for the car, that will be the same. Also a little bit more tooling, process, reliability, and sacrificing pressure. Just put in the new versions right there. Deselect those, select those. These are required at the moment. And the costs are 7 million for the minor tooling. Okay. Now we just retool the car factory. That's 500k. And now we have to increase our margins because the production costs are no longer considering the initial engine factory investment and everything. Okay, it comes out something like this, 120%, 100%, and 106.7% there. At 60, 65, and 55k. Calculate the forecast. And it says it's all dead, but we know it's probably not going to be. Otherwise, we can always up the prices, lower the prices a little. We have those ready on the sign-off screen for just 18 million. And I think now is a good time to actually be done with this episode. But we have accomplished a lot. And the only thing that we need to do to consolidate next time is to do the same thing for the Karlstadt. So that everything is nicely put into the right facelifts, into the right factories, at the right time. And with a bonus supercar in between, right? Yeah, so far so good. We are 376 million in debt, but we do have a company valuation that's still positive. So, I hope you enjoyed. And if you did, please smash the like button because it always helps the videos. Leave a comment down below if this was too entangled for your little brain, just like for little Kill Rob. And now you're happy to see the disentangled beauty that is coming out of it. Anyway, if you did like it, smash the like button, helps the videos, and I shall see you guys next time.